Well, I'm in Chiapas, Mexico, in the southern part of Mexico's Pacific coast, and I'm getting ready to get underway today. I spent a month here. It's been a good month, too. Very productive. Changed the forward hatch, patched a bunch of holes, but it's time to go. Oh yeah, it's time for the next chapter of Sailing Frog's Leap. My name is Rick. I got my sea legs when I was in the Coast Guard, and I commanded a boat much like this one. Today, I take my small sailboat on coastal passages in search of adventure. In this season, I'm heading south from Banderas Bay with the intention of returning to the Caribbean Sea via the Panama Canal. Living the pirate life. Yep, me and these pelicans. Headed to Bahia del Sol in El Salvador, and just waiting for the Marines with their dog to come and check me out, and then I'll be on my way. And I can see a truck that just pulled up, so I think they're gathering their team right now. And well, I'll try to get some footage of it, but it's a little bit strange, you know, to film them when they're inspecting me to see if I'm carrying any illicit cargo, right? So probably won't get too much there, but we'll see. Well, they didn't find my illicit cargo, but I did snap this illicit photo. Oh, there it is, the familiar sound of my box of rocks powering me through this canal. I'm not talking down to her. I mean, she's a Yanmar 2GM20F, 16 horsepower, 2-cylinder. Yeah, she's small. I'm a little underpowered, but she gets me where I need to go. She's a good little engine. And yes, I am leaving at low tide, and no, I'm not worried about it. One of the things that's cool about these island packets is they just don't draw a lot of water. 3 feet 8 inches is my draft. Yeah. All right, well, I'm underway, heading out of Marina Chiapas. Actually, I'm out of the marina. Now I'm trying to get out of the port area. It's at low tide, so, but you know, 3 feet 8 inches of draft. I can pretty much get in and out of anywhere. Well, it's about noon now on day one of this transit to El Salvador, and you can see behind me, I mean, it's flat, it's nice. So, I mean, I'm motoring, but you know what? I'm single-handed. I'm always reefed anyway. So, you know, it is what it is. You know, at the end of the day, you got to be safe. And one of the things about being safe is you got to make sure you're coming up and doing scans periodically. There are fishing boats out here, and there are long lines, and there's still dangers. You got to come up here and do scans. In fact, take a look. I got this fishing boat just off my starboard bow right now. So, although he's starting to maneuver because he sees me now too. So, I'm only a couple miles offshore, and there's about 50 feet of water beneath me. So you got to figure there's going to be some fishing going on around here. Well, I'm clearly in Guatemalan waters now, and I really like the style with which these Guatemalan longliners go about their business. You can see here, he's in a panga and he's tending his longline. He's got both ends of the longline marked with floats, and you know, at night what they do is they continue to tend that longline and they keep a lookout for it. And when a vessel comes and approaches it, they'll pull out their flashlights and flash you down. So, you know, they care about their longline, and I don't want to get that caught up in my prop. So, yeah, I like their style. Well, it's almost sunset here on day one of this transit from gosh, where are we going? What's the transit? We're going from Marina Chiapas, Tapachula to Bahia del Sol in El Salvador. I'm currently probably about maybe 4 miles off the shore of Guatemala. And I've got probably maybe 4-foot seas coming mostly off the beam, maybe a little bit off the starboard quarter. Wind as well. And I was planning on making like 3.25 knots and getting there in 3 days, 3 nights. But the conditions so far have been pretty reasonable, and I've been able to make over 4.25. If I can keep that up, I'll be able to get in on Monday. I've been working with a couple that does liaison on these transits out of Bahia del Sol, Bill and Jean. I have to let them know tomorrow by noon if I'm going to make it in on Monday. I have to come in at high tide. The bar there is, I mean, people hit bottom all the time. It's like 6 feet. The pilot needs 24 hours notice, and I set it up for Tuesday. So tomorrow being Sunday, I got to let Bill and Jean know before noon if it looks like I'm going to make the Monday high tide, which is at 16:30. Otherwise, I got to make the Tuesday high tide, which is at 17:30, sunset being at 1800. So I'd really rather like to come in on Monday and have a little more daylight to deal with. So that's the idea. If I can do it, it really comes down to the conditions and whether or not Frog's Leap can make that speed. Luckily, you know, when I was at Marina Chiapas before I left Ronnie, he scrubbed the hull, and he did a real good job because she's really doing well right now. So thank you, Ronnie. Yeah, we're coming up on this sunset here. There's a pretty big swell coming in from the west. It's probably, at times, it's probably bigger than 4 feet, maybe 6, but a long period, probably 14 seconds. So yeah, so far so good. Keep on keeping on. Well, there's my sunset over Guatemala. Can't get enough of these. Working my way towards El Salvador, and it is Super Bowl Sunday. Oh, yeah, luckily Karen's on the Garmin. Oh yeah, I'm gonna get updates. Right now, I'm gonna update you on this sunset. Oh boy. Sunrise, day 3. Easily looking at like 8-foot swells, big, huge rollers. They're hard to see on the camera, but they're there. Using these morning times because it's not hot. If it's not too crazy out here, you can get a little bit of the tedious work done. And you know, you remember last week I was filling those holes. I never did get to sanding them flush, but mornings like this, you know, before it gets really hot with the sun and the heat of the day, so mornings and evenings I've been knocking out some of that sanding, and I've made some progress. Maybe two or four holes every evening, every morning, but it's coming out okay. I'll show you. Same on the other. down there that I smoothed out. Still have quite a few. Oh, these ones are still rough. No, but the ones on the corner are nice though. See, those are all nice and sandy and smooth. As well are these. That's nice and smooth too. You can still see, you know, some of the thickened epoxy there, but that's okay. You know, when I gel coat it or paint it, you won't even know that a repair was done. Yeah, it's not one of those jobs you want to tackle in one. Try to tackle in one afternoon. It's just a physically demanding. You're sanding, man. Hand sanding. Those are tight spaces. You're not using a... I mean, I suppose I could use a machine, but I don't have a sander like that. Getting ready to go into Bahia del Sol, and it's over here, and there are breakers. That's pretty imposing, I have to say. Yeah. So they say you only live once. Today, I'm living, baby. Yeah, it's kind of crazy, but I mean, this is the best place to wait for a Papagayo weather window, so this is where the waiting is going to happen. But I got to get through those breakers somehow. Luckily, Bill's coming out to pilot me in. He's going to charge me 50 bucks. 50 bucks going in, 50 bucks going out, 100 bucks total. As far as I can tell, worth every penny. Woo! We'll see if I can get any film of this, but my sense is I'm going to have my hand on the wheel. Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, I just cleared the bar. Bill's up ahead with the pilot in a Panga. Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, that was one of the biggest waves I've ever been in frog sleep, that's for sure. Holy cow. Got her going 2,300 RPM. I could do more, but this will get it done. So I'm just following the pilot boat in now. Wow, that was crazy. There's the marina we're headed to. So, yeah. And later Bill sent me this photo that he shot while he was on the pilot's Panga. This is a frog's leap, surfing down one of the waves in the bar. It was nuts. Well, after that, my adrenaline was pumping. And as you can imagine, I was pretty excited to get moored up. All right, so I have arrived here in Bahia del Sol, El Salvador. Yeah, and well, it's time to walk the docks and explore this situation. It's a hotel, okay, so, and it's an all-inclusive hotel. So let's go check it out. Oh, look at this guy. He's got it going on. He's kind of making me jealous, though. I thought I was pretty good at storking it. Oh, this is perfect. I can get diesel right here. Oh boy, I know this boat. Yeah, it reminds me of a pretty awesome rock album. If you know the artist or the name of the album, put it in the comments. It's time to check out these all-inclusive facilities here at Bahia del Sol. From the marina area, you walk through this cool courtyard with private rooms on either side. And when you get to the end, you reach the hotel office and the immigration office. So when you sail in here, you don't have to leave the property. You can do all your check-in right here. If I continue further in this direction, you see a bunch of kind of standalone hotel rooms, you know, with a greater degree of privacy here. You get a little yard and a terrace. But we continue down this road, we're going to walk all the way to the beach, and there's a pool there. Yeah. Oh yeah, this is my kind of vibe. Oh boy, the beach. Oh, we got some showers. Got to be able to get the sand off your body. Boy, you can really see the breakers here. I mean, yeah, they're pretty intense. And behind those showers is a pretty nice little pool dining area. And if I push on just a little further, oh boy, I've made it to the beach. There are my friends Eddie and Teresa on sailing vessel Kiskadee, a Seawind 1260, and a beautiful one at that. Well, I think I'm going to hang out here for a little while. Thanks for watching this episode of Sailing Frog's Leap. I'll see you next week. For real-time updates, check out Sailing Frog's Leap on Instagram.